As you are aware, we are at the heart of implementing recommendations from the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. These reforms touch on every aspect of our education system, from the curriculum to teacher training, assessments to infrastructure, and to funding of schools and governance. At the center of this change is school leadership. Without strong ethical and competent principles, no policy, however well-intentioned, can succeed. You are at the front line as change makers, and that is why I find this conference absolutely fundamental. In just 6 months, you are expected to receive the pioneer class of the competency-based education into your schools. So far, we have successfully rolled out the CBE up to grade 9. In terms of the scale of the rollout, CBE has been rolled out in all our 39,156 primary schools and in 26,764 junior schools across the country.
We held a sports day for the preschool children. This one is very key for their age because they are at the age of developing initiative and trust to their caregivers and parents. Sports helps them in their psychological development. It helps in solving problems. It helps in critical thinking, which is the backbone of CBC.
There was a gap in the previous curriculum, that was the 844. Children to discover their sporting talent and art when they go to secondary schools. And more or less, the primary school was based on academics and nothing else. So we are in the process of starting early at the preschool level so that we grow with this child. When by the time they are joining the junior school or the senior school, they'll have developed a sports talent.
We do monitor and evaluate our schools, both public and private schools, to ensure that they maintain and retain the standards as they are required as per the ministry guidelines.
And these awards, which are very prestigious, by the way, 3 of them for the first time in these celebrations. And the theme was enhancing the agility and resilience of public service institutions to rapidly address historical service delivery gaps. This one means that we had innovators across the African continent that participated in Addis Ababa. We have clinched 3 prestigious trophies.
The theme for the International Day Against Drugs is "The evidence is clear, invest in prevention." Investing in prevention means investing in children and in young people, because when children and young people feel safe and healthy, then they are able to develop and stay away from drugs and other problems that affect their lives negatively.
To the youths elsewhere in our public institutions that I represent as the Secretary General, that we are actually supposed to work together this journey of ensuring that our institutions are free from drugs. And so we are investing, we are partnering with NACADA. We are partnering with county governments in collaborative approach to ensure that our youths are free from any form of drug abuse and even trafficking from the neighborhood into our institutions.
We have had a communication from NACADA that they are establishing an office here in Kericho. And in our recent encounter with the leadership and the board of NACADA, we encourage them that they should come down here and be present with a bang to ensure that alcohol, drugs are controlled.
Sumu ya jana ilikuwa siku ya maandamano countrywide, na Kenya ilituzidi sana kwenda maandamano juu kuna watu wetu wengine kama wa Kisumu walinunuliwa na magoons, walitembea size za stage huko CBD, wakakataza watu wasiende maandamano. Walilipwa, ni wenye walilipwa, na unajua pia ni haki yetu sisi tukiandamana juu pia ni aibu kama countries zingine zinaandamana na sisi hapa tuandamani kama Kisumu. Sasa watu wanajiuliza saka kwa sababu sisi ndio wenye watu tunalid kwa maandamano, na sisi pia ndio watu na maandamana na watu, na tukiwaacha hivyo pia ni sehemu nyingine hatukuwaacha kwa njia mbaya watu wa Kenya. Ni vile tu sehemu zingine hapa Kenya tulifanya tu, walinunua watu walinunuliwa jana sana, na pia walikutana wakasanyika huko Fafa huko pia wakalipwa huko, na pia sisi hatuko furahia sana.
Je, unahisi kwamba maandamano ya Kisumu huwa yanachangia sana uharibifu wa vitu vingi, kwa mfano biashara haiendelei?
Unajua maandamano ikiitwa, hata mfanyabiashara anajua leo ni siku ya maandamano. Naweza sema jana hata makambi zilifunga mapema sana. Wenye supermarket, wenye mashughuli, wenye biashara walifunga jana mapema sana juu waliofia mali zao kuharibiwa. Ndio maana na sasa hata wanajua siku hizi maandamano kiitishwa au wafunga biashara. Sasa ni ngumu sana mtu kuingia kwa biashara ya mtu kwanza kuharibu. Juu pia ni mtu ni uchungu kama yeye anaandamana na wewe na unafanya biashara. Anaandamania haki yako na wewe na umeketi tu hapo. Ni kama wewe pia hauko na yeye. Ndio maana huwa inahusia sana watu kuharibiwa mali.
Asante sana. Ndugu, labda nije tu kwako, tuanze kwa jina lako na unahisi namna gani wakati Kisumu kumetulia?
Kwanza mimi ni Omosh. Mimi ni mkaji wa Kisumu hapa Kondele. Mimi kwa niaba yangu na kwa niaba ya Wakenya wengine, jana watu wameenda maandamano, tumepoteza maisha ya watu wengi. Sasa sisi vijana hatufurahi na maandamano bado itazidi tu, na sisi hapa Nyanza tuko nyuma ya baba wetu kiongozi Raila Odinga, na kwa sasa tuko kwa serikali, na hiyo serikali ndio bado inatunyanyasa. Si kama raia, vijana wameuliwa wengi, na si hata hapa Kisumu, hata hiyo jenzia last year June bado vijana waliuliwa hapa. Na hiyo jana ilikuwa maandamano ya amani, na tulikuwa tuna mark 1 year after hiyo maandamano ya June last year. Na si hatujafurahia kenye kilifanyika jana. Wakenya wote tuko na nyinyi kwa hii safari. Hii struggle bado ina continue.
Na labda tuanze tu kwa jina lako, unaitwa nani?
Kwa majina naitwa Job Omino Nyangaga. Mimi ni mkazi wa Kondele hapa CBD. Mimi nasema kwamba maandamano naye inaumiza watu, yes, lakini watu wanakufa na demo watu wanaumia, na inaleta pia damage na economy pia inarudi chini. Chenye mimi nasema watu wako na amani na upendo, juu saizi pia tuko kwa serikali. Tuwe na upendo, wale pia watu join nine. If you can't beat them, join them. Inasemekana hiyo tuwe na upendo, peace, love and harmony. Sawa.
Justice system. Unfortunately, this is our country. And that's why when we tell all the protesters that let's make protests peaceful, let's protect our nation, there is no other country. The same people who will say today, we don't trust our justice system, are the same people whom when we say we want to regulate protests, they will say, no, you cannot regulate our right. It's important that protests are regulated. And also important for us to trust our institutions. The DCI and the police here have done a fantastic job to unearth so many cases in the country. We have the capacity and the human resource to make sure that we investigate and arrest people. And that's why I'm saying we have arrested already some who arrested yesterday. Some will be arrested today, some will be arrested over the weekend. But we want to make sure that all those people who are prosecuted, there is enough evidence, and we want to request the judiciary to work with us and work with the police, National Police Service, to ensure that all those characters are brought to justice. On the question of some people being escorted by the police who are goons, we will be happy to receive also reports from citizens to record statements so that if there will be such incidences where there was infraction on any part of government officer, of course it will be investigated in the right manner. But By and large, yesterday was a great success in terms of the police work, even though the destruction that went all the way to almost midnight. All these goons who were brought all the way from Muranga, some of them were brought from Nyeri, some were brought from Kirinyaga, most of these goons were left in town. Some were left in Thika Road. And so as they were going back home, they caused immense havoc last night in Thika town, looting people's businesses, mugging people, robbing people in Thika town, and some on their way to Kajiado also caused a lot of havoc on their way. So, and the police were really overwhelmed because now they were doing some of this work in darkness, especially some who, on the onset of this darkness, they came back to the roads to try to rob motorists and other citizens. It has not been easy when such number of goons and criminals and thieves and thugs and robbers are concentrated in one area, collected by these politicians. It's not easy for the police officers to be able to maintain law and order. I think that we have given you sufficient, unless any last question, preferably from a lady. Yeah, there's a lady on the left there. Good afternoon.
My question would be from the Communications Authority about media, how it is broadcasting live protests. That was followed by a High Court order from Judge Chacha Mwita, who said that is unconstitutional per se. So what is your take about the live broadcast of protests and that directive by CA and that coming from the courts?
Last one. Let me give the gentleman. He was really struggling to catch my eye.
Do you have years of life and work experiences in your career, but the lack of a university degree is holding you back? You're not alone. Many successful people who are brilliant and gifted equally missed out on a traditional schooling. But what if your life and work experiences on the job could count towards a college degree? Well, guess what? They can. Introducing Matric, the revolutionary program that turns your real-world experience into college credits. Built a business? Managed a team? Matric can translate those skills into a bachelor's, master's, or even PhD much faster and at much lower costs. Don't let a mere lack of academic papers hold you back. Join governors, MPs, and CEOs who've used Matric to achieve their academic goals. Matric experiential accreditation clinics are now open in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, Meru, and Eldoret. For more information, call us or visit our website. Are you naturally intelligent, but life's challenges prevented you from achieving formal education credentials like diplomas or degrees? Well, you could be like James Osore, who climbed the ranks from a bank cleaner to a branch manager in 12 years based on his natural talents but lacked a degree. When he decided to pursue it, he could only access a university course by forging his high school results, but was soon discovered and expelled from a public university. Don't let a mere test score hold you back. The Matric Experiential Accreditation Tool is here. A professional and scientific tool that extracts natural and experiential credit values using the revolutionary technology. We turn your life and